Hi, I'm Louis Prest, producer and director of The Different Show. I've been asked to talk to you for a few minutes tonight about what a huge asset community access television is to Erie and the Erie community. For starters, it's one of the last bastions of free speech in terms of broadcasting anywhere in our area. Now just think about that for a minute. Let's say you have a message you want to share that you consider important, that you want to reach as many people as possible as quickly as you can. What are your options? Well, you can buy airtime. It's very expensive. You can issue a press release, call a reporter and hope it's a slow news day. You can do what many do and have done and make signs and cry out in the wilderness in Perry Square or the courthouse or the city hall and hope that the reporters come before security does. And for now, you can still call the radio station for a few hours in some mornings and hope that your voice will be heard. And that's about it. Or you can try CATV, and many do. Community Access Television was founded through a cable franchise agreement between Time Warner and the City of Erie with the express purpose of giving you a voice in our broadcast community. It's not about us. It was never about us. It's about public access. Just like you would get at the bayfront or the lake, the authorities and the commercial properties have taken all of this, and in return, here's your tiny bit of public access. Okay, we're okay with that. It was a good idea then, and it continues to be a good idea. But what is the cost of free speech? Well, as many of you know, it's not free, and many times it's paid in terms of blood. And I salute our veterans and their families for the sacrifices they've made to give us the right to have free speech. But even measured against city tax dollars, the cost of free speech at community access television is minuscule by comparison. Members pay $45 a year for training and a full year of access to broadcast facility. The cost to the city is somewhere in the neighborhood of $200,000, and that's an arguable point. The money is coming from Time Warner, not the taxpayer. And whether they want to argue if it's 1% or 5% or 20%, it's pointless. It's worth every penny. Community access television can do things many of the other stations simply can't do. We broadcast live from Celebrate Erie, from Erie Jazz and Blues Festival, from Roar on the Shore, and many other events. The other stations just can't do that. And we are showcasing the best of Erie, not only for the citizens of Erie, but worldwide. Many people still don't realize that all of our broadcasting is streaming live worldwide via the internet, so that people outside our community can see many of the great things that are going on in our community. Many of the other stations just can't do that. I can't begin to tell you all the things that we do to serve Erie and the Erie community. I can give you a few examples. One is, we provide literally hours of airtime to local nonprofits who are serving the Erie community in hopes that the people that will see it will help them, help Erie, and so forth. The other stations simply can't do that. They can give them a few minutes here or there, and that's about it. Another thing we do is give exposure to great local talent, whether it's a band or an artist or a poet or a musician of any kind, and give them the kind of exposure they just can't get anywhere else. We provide access to justice, access to the candidates, and access and training to anyone who wants to come in, take the class, and go and share their message with Erie and the world. And all for what amounts to a tiny percentage of the funds that are coming from Time Warner. Yes, free speech isn't free, but take a minute to reflect on how government has spent some of our tax dollars in the past. The Kohler Brewery, Parade Street Grocery, the Juice Plant on East 12th Street, and most recently, the lovely townhouses on Page Street, which remain empty. On the other hand, community access television is a proven asset to this community, providing our citizens public access to the airwaves is worth, and guaranteeing their rights to free speech, it's worth every dime. If you feel as we do that this is very important, I urge you to contact your elected officials through calls, personal visits, email, writing, and let them know that this is important to you. I would also invite you to attend the public hearing in City Council chambers June 19th at 8 p.m. and let your voice be heard while there's still time. Thanks for listening.